Alrighty guys, welcome my friends, legends. How are we? Good morning, good afternoon, as always, very good evening. Hope we're all doing well. Alright, so charts, yeah, not looking crash out at the moment. Gold making a bit of a move just now. I mean, probably potential entry, but not for me. GJ still kind of just hovering back above or around that previous daily candle's high. So we'll see what we can come up with moving forward. Hope you guys are doing well. Few of you on the stream right now. Appreciate the support. Bear with me. I still have a bit of a cold, guys. What have we got moving forward today in the news? I don't think there is much, to be honest. In terms of during our session, there is nothing. There was some home pack. Well, wow, look at that for the Aussie. Just realized that. So CPI is going up, as was to be expected, to be honest. Here, that's what they've been talking about. So we have some high pack news to come this evening my time, later today for those of you in the UK. A few hours into my session with new home sales. Not sure how much of an impact that will have, but I would expect it to have some sort of impact on perhaps gold. And new USD pairs tomorrow, obviously a big day with the Bank of England in the governor speaking. So anyway guys, without further ado, let's get into the analysis. Make sure to check out that poll question. Let's get started guys, and let's have a look at GJ. So starting once again the weekly time frame, and we are forming a very strong bullish candle. We have a high low, high high to the previous candle. Once again, yes, I understand it's probably an overbought territory. At some point it will pull back, but just because we think it has to pull back doesn't mean we just sell it. We have to wait and see if we have any other confirmation or any other catalyst to suggest that we might be ready to reject at the current level. However, at this stage, strong bullish in a weekly time frame. So just based off that, I'd be looking to see where we potentially could pull back to, or more so to 4-hour M30 for a potential buy option. Now looking at on the daily time frame, we are also bullish. We do have high lows, high highs. Let's just mark in the current daily candles low. Seeing we do have that high low, high high. Really have no need to actually break that support formed at that low if we were to continue bullish. Doesn't mean that we won't continue bullish if we do break that low, but that could also provide for some potential sell options below that point there. So let's just mark it in. Onto the 4-hour time frame. You can just see, like I mentioned yesterday, it's just a slow trickle. We've had no real impulsive push other than 1 or 2 candles. Most of it's just a slow trickle up, which has made it quite difficult, to be honest, because what this resembles on a minor time frame, the M30, is some very choppy price action. But nonetheless, we are bullish in structure. Once again, we're at price discovery territory we've not been at since 2008. I think was the last time. So based off structure wise, we are bullish. Candle probabilities to the upside, long wick rejection of the previous candle, closing back below previous daily candles low. So if we begin to be below previous daily candles high, sorry, as long as we remain below it, then there could be options for us to come down further. But anyway, we're going to mark in the levels of support for the time being. I'm going to mark in the most recent support, change that to gray. Resistance, I'll wait for the M30. But just off the back of what I'm seeing just here, the support that I've just drawn in on the 4 hour is just below it and runs straight into another level. It is a real shit hot mess at the moment, to be honest, on GJ, as far as the zones, the ranges. The ranges are very, very tricky at the moment on GJ. From experience, when I see this, usually what I would do is just wait for it to clear the range and then look to get involved. But we can see a few different things now on the minor time frame. So just going to mark in the resistance, going to mark in current daily candles high, mark it in, change it as blue. All right, so that is our immediate range. We are technically bullish in the M30 time frame as well, so across the board we are bullish. However, what we're doing just now, let's just mark in that previous daily candles high, because we've obviously broken it, and we're now, have we just swept the previous daily candles high only to grab that liquidity, head back down. Now below the previous daily candles high, we can see we've just created a minor support. Below that minor support, we have some pretty clean traffic. So what I'd be looking for in the next 15 minutes, 13 and a half minutes, is if this candle closes back bearish engulfing, then there's a high probability that price will be heading back down towards that 202.50. At the moment though, it's flipping back bullish. However, so I'm just going to draw in a minor support at the current level. So I'm going to incorporate that low of that bullish candle wick. Now I'll just remove the previous daily candles high. So that is our immediate range that we're trading in, the 30-minute range within the 4 hour support and the current daily candles high, sorry. So if we start to close below 202.650, then I might look to take a sell back down towards the low around 202.50, and then potentially down 202.450 to the 4 hour zone. So sells below. Now obviously I'll be looking for the buys upon continuation above the high. Seeing this bearish candle wick though, the highest point of this zone, I would rather price pop above it, preferably close above it, but wait and see if we have a nice strong catalyst candle closing right up near the high, then wait for our option to potentially take an impulse entry above it. So potential buys above the highs, guys, on continuation. And that is probably it for the time being. We'll have to wait for more data to print. So I don't mind the sell options, as long because like I said, we're back below previous daily candles low. We've grabbed liquidity from the upside. We're now back below that resistance with previous daily candles high, sorry, which was formed. We did form a resistance at, made a pullback from that level, only to break it. So if we start to pop below it, pop below support form just below that previous daily candles high, I feel there's a high probability we will come back down a little bit further. So that's what that's based off, guys. So hopefully that makes sense. If it does, make sure to hit the like button. Let's get others onto the stream. How we feel about that, guys? Pretty straightforward on GJ. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to clear my throat like every few minutes, just a pain in the ass, but not much I can do about it. All right, so now we've got GJ out of the way, let's have a look at gold. And gold's just made a pretty nice move in the end. Anyway, all good. All good. Wasn't prepared for it, so don't rush, we just chill. We sit back, we wait, we reassess, and we see what we can come up with. All right, so looking at the weekly, we are now moving in line. Once again, we've rejected levels that I've called throughout the week. If we begin to break previous weekly candles low, we can see we've got some off the weekly time frame potential for price to come back down towards that 22.94 sort of level. So we'll call that week bearish still. Starting to move in line with the previous weekly. Daily, Daily suggests it's a different story because we're out of support in the daily. It's a very nasty area of price action. It's a very solid level of support. We do have counter probabilities to the downside though. Having said that, if we were to continue bearish, there really is no need for us to pull back up and break our own high. If we do so, then there's a high probability we'll continue to the upside. That target would be around at 23.34. But as of now, there's a potential for price to come back down to that wick around at 23.06 and then potentially down to 23.03. So we are technically bullish in structure though, but with counter probabilities to the downside in line with the weekly candle. So the 4-hour structure is also technically bearish. So we do have, by the looks of it, we're going to have a bias to the downside. We're just approaching a support. We're pretty much tapped into a support in the previous candle, only to bounce off, leaving a long wick to the downside. So looking at that, we can see we're already tapped into a target. Remember guys, what I say about when we're looking for entries off our catalyst, that being the M30 time frame or M15. M30 is usually a confirmation time frame. What we want to make sure is that the price, the catalyst candle, has not tapped into target. We have done so in the 4-hour, but it might show a slightly different story in the M30 because this is obviously the daily candle's low. So the current daily candle's low. So now this becomes potentially the target, tapping into the current daily candle's low. It's a little bit confusing, but you see what I mean. Once I go down to the M30 time frame, I'm just going to mark in the most recent resistance on the swing to the downside. Have we created a lower low? Not just yet guys. So we're still, this is still the lowest point of the initial impulse. The origin came from these highs, and this is the lowest point of the swing low. Actually, technically, I keep forgetting, we're still bearish as long as we remain below these highs. But this is all micro trend, but we've flipped the micro trend in line with the actual structure itself. So 4 hours technically bearish, just out of support though. Above the resistance, it does look like we've got some pretty clean traffic, and it's back above the current daily candle high as well. So that's added confluence to look for the buy options above that level there. So I'm just going to put buys in above that level for the time being. That definitely would be an option by the looks of it. On the M30, yeah, likely. Well, yeah, it's not the cleanest though, is it? So this is when you have a little bit of a conflicting story going on in different time frames. So the M30, if I was to draw that in, I would say buys above 23.2175. A better option in anticipation. Price will pull back up to retest the current daily candle high. 23.2175 is the resistance formed in the current daily candle. So if we do pop above it, I feel there's a high probability will at least come up towards the current daily candle high, and then 23.25 roughly is next minor resistance to the left hand side. So I'd be looking for the buys. We'd be bouncing off the 4-hour support we've tapped into also just now. So for me, it is bearish. The bias is bearish, but I'm not going to sell into support. Doesn't make much sense to do so. So for me, the options would be to wait for price to pull back, grab some more liquidity from the upside, reject, and then look for my sell option. I'm just going to drag this down a bit to that level there. And that is our range right now in gold. So we're pretty much in the bottom third of it. So it means I'm a little bit late to the party if I was going to look for a sell at the moment. Some sells from higher up. Now, seeing the bias is technically bullish, the structure is technically bullish on the daily. Seeing we're at a strong level of support on the 4-hour and daily time frame, I would consider my buys from this support as well, guys. But once again, I need to wait for the right confirmation to do so. Don't just buy it at that level. That depends. It depends. If come session open, we're at this level and we have something similar happen to what happened on Monday, where we're at resistance and price just popped straight up without the lower wick, we could look for, in this case, if price drops straight down without an upper wick, we could potentially look for a sell in anticipation, knowing that there's about a 90% probability that price will pull back to create a wick in the opposite direction, and we could then look to maybe buy it from this support, other than just looking for a bit of structure to form at the current level. So buys above, in my opinion, above this level would make sense. Look, sells below. Let's neaten these up a bit. So we've tapped in a 4-hour support, but just above it we've formed support in M30. Just gonna drag this across in a sec. Just want to see if it lines up with that to the left. So it's a little bit, basically it does, guys. So that throws the spanner in the works. All right, so there's buys above the 4 hour zone. So buys above this level here, I'd say as well. But I would not be against the sells as well, guys. If we do pull back to the support form, we are testing the support form. The current daily candles low, just above that level. It lines up with some more support here to the left hand side. Below it, we have some pretty clean traffic. Let's just quickly look at the 15. It's bearish wicks on the 15, so I'm not so concerned by it. We did close back above that previous support here to the left hand side yet again on the 15. So if we begin to pop below that level, below 23.12, 23.13 roughly, tap in, reject, could have some options to sell as well, guys, from below that point there. So I'm going to put sells below. I would prefer to see a little bit of a bounce from the current level. So we're in some buyers defending support the current level, only to wipe those buyers out, pop below, tap in, reject that zone, and then we're potentially coming back down towards 23.08 on gold. So that is what I'm currently looking at. Hopefully some of you are already in a gold trade. That'd be really nice. You'd be in some really nice profits. So that is it on GJ and gold. As far as my preference for the time being, so GJ is respecting the support, so there's not going to be an option on GJ just now. I feel like both could provide options. We just need to wait. Gold looks closer to providing an option. Not sure how I feel about this big move though and getting involved straight away, but we'll see. If it closes below, we might plan a potential sell option. What sort of margin do we have in the range below? 40, around 40 pips, 38 pips. So that's definitely enough. But I want to see a closure below it at this point. In the meantime, guys, I'm not going to bother with TikTok today. I really couldn't be asked with it. Franco, good morning to you. Clarksonization, good morning, man. James, good morning, brother. Balanced AG Consulting, good day from sunny South Australia. Nice one. It's been sunny Melbourne today. Still chilly, but it's good to have the sun out nonetheless. Good for the psychology, good for the mood, for your emotion. Makes you feel better when you see a bit of sunshine, especially when it's been freezing. Carl, left morning to you. Clarksonization, feeling under the weather, but hay fever. Oh, okay, yeah, hay fever's the bad one. Super cheeky GA sell, nice one. Good work. Yep, nice one. It's looking good. Ian, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Hope all is well with you and your family. Brad, thank you, appreciate it. And Saxy, good morning to you. Excuse me, guys, but driving me nuts, my nose. Went back to the gym today, so all good. I'm just gonna set up a Zoom call. We'll have a look at GU. I just want to see where his candle closes on gold. The Zoom's done an update, so it's throwing me off a little bit. Looks a little bit different these days. Yep, share. All right. Just bear with me, guys. Copy invite. All right, Discord guys, I'm just sending in the link now. If you could please try to watch it try to watch a YouTube stream on another device. All right, just over a minute remaining on gold. Now let's see, could there be an option? The issue, there's going to be a big issue. The issue is stop loss. Based off the 15-minute. Yeah, it's not too bad based on the 15. You may have to just use that, to be honest, guys. So, we'll see. Just waiting to see what his candle closes. In 28 seconds time. Now, closes significantly below. Could have a limit order, but what I mean by significantly, it needs to be about 8 to 10 pips below. At this stage, it's not, it's only 3 pips. So you best just to get involved upon the continuation So we want to see a price tap in. On it. Oh, that's a nasty little pullback right at the end. Yeah, this is fine. This is good. If it drops, breaks the low of previous, then pulls back up, creates an upward wick, and then begins to reject, that's even better. So wait and see. Not yet retested that zone though. All right, perfect. I'm gonna look for a gold sell just below the low of the current candle's low, so around 23.1165. Because we've got movement in the market, we've now retested that zone. If we begin to pull away from it, seeing we've now broken the low of the previous candle, or we've pretty much tapped into the low of it. We're now pulling back to create upper wick. If we were to continue bullish, we have no need, seeing we've created that lower wick, to pull back down and break our low yet again. So I'm happy to place a sell order below the low of the current candle. So obviously I'm not in yet. And what I can do is the stop loss is based off the 15-minute. But as soon as you get triggered in, you can just adjust it down to the high of the current M15. And that way you can really mitigate your risk. You can substantially mitigate your risk. What did I say? 23.1165. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not in yet. Oh, now I am. All right, so if price breaks its own high, I'm going to cut 50%. So let's see. GJ, just in the middle of the consolidation, not much going on, GJ. So the first target's pretty much going to be the daily low. All right, it's moving nice. All right, guys, nice and easy. Gonna adjust the stop loss to the entry candle's high. At this point, I'm gonna get to break even, seeing we're about 6.5 pips in profit, 7 pips in profit. And it's a risk-free trade right now. Seeing we've already made a substantial move, that's why I want to get to break even quite quickly, because we could still pull back to grab a little bit more liquidity. In the meantime, nice and easy. Tapping into the low of that previous candle just now, but had 8 pips on the table. There we go, guys. There we go. There's the 10. Job done. I've secured half. That's easy. That easy. Done. How long did that take? About 20 minutes into the stream. Please tell me some of you took it. It was how simple. How simple did I call that? The analysis, everything. Step by step. Very simple entry. Job done in minutes. W's in the chat. Please tell me. Please tell me some of you guys took it. There's only 30 of you on stream. I appreciate you guys very much so. Vishal, nice one, brother. Profit's a profit. James, slick as always, don't you know it? Keep it cool, calm, collected. So, well done, guys. W. Anyone else? W's, please. Nice one, guys. All right, so the target is the low here at 23.08. So nice win, 0 drawdown as well, but don't go nowhere, guys. I might even do an extended stream today. I'm considering it. So I'm gonna still be around. I'm gonna still be looking for options. Don't go anywhere. Don't think just because of taking a win that's the end of it. We're gonna keep an eye on things, guys. Don't go anywhere. Come on, look at this. I'm gonna close another half, guys. Whoops. Yeah, I've just closed another half. I'm just gonna let the rest run now. All right. Sorry guys, just one sec. Look at this thing, Mel. Isn't it a thing of beauty? Isn't it a thing of beauty? 26, only 25 on stream. I don't, God knows where everyone is. I don't get much love anymore. I have no idea why. It's not, the trades have not been getting any worse than getting better, if anything. Each to their own. I'll be back. I'll be back. If you want to learn to trade the right way, you're on the right stream. That's all I can say. Because I had a look at a few of the streams yesterday. I reckon half the time they're trying to force trades, and that's just my honest opinion. Because I know people enjoy the thrill of being involved in a trade. Win, lose or draw. In this channel, we preach when we teach quality, not quantity. No point being in millions of trades. If that don't make sense, we only trade what makes sense. Perfect entries. That's what we stick to. Sorry guys. All right, my run is out, by the way. But good start, nonetheless. Good start to the stream, guys. All right, so well done, well done. So let's reassess. All right, so goal now. So what I really want to see is price make a clean move. We've cut through the current daily candles low. We've broken a low of it. So I want it to now come back down to this support, 2308. That is the next destination. Come back down to it. Or if nothing else, at least close a strong candle here. I don't want it to start leaving long wicks, because then it could just, to be honest, it's going to make it difficult looking for any trade within that wick. So it's going to make it more difficult for looking to look for continuation trades. If that's to be the case, then we're likely going to be looking for potential buys. If price begins to consolidate, only to close back above that 23.13 sort of level. Now at that point there, there's a high probability we will pull back further into the range above, and that could provide some potential buy options if that was to be the case. So we'll wait and see. But well done on trade number one. Now let's move on to GJ. What's going on, GJ? Not much. All right, let's have a look at GU. So I've sent some analysis into the members group on GU. Conspiracy man, if you are there, I know you were having a look at GU prior to the stream. For me, the thing with GU is, so I had a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour, you're running into this support to the left hand side, which I have to keep that level in because it lines up with a bullish candle on the M30. So to me, similar to gold, what you probably could do just now is you could drag that up a little bit, but you don't have the margin either way below that support's running into the low of the 4 hour zone. So what I'd rather do is just look for price to pull. Right now it's right in the middle. So potentially, yeah, I can see you can potentially look for a sell below, just below the current daily candles low, below support here at 126.77 roughly. So closure below, tap in and look for that sell option. However, what I prefer to do is right now is seeing we're right in the middle here of this range. It's an absolute mess. Just simply wait for price to actually either pull back up towards the resistance, only to reject, to look for your possible sell option, or come back down to support to look for price to form a support back above that level and look for a potential buy option. Right now it's right in the middle. There is no clear direction. I feel GU has been very choppy, very difficult to trade of late. So that is my honest opinion of GU. Once again, buys above the resistance, yes, it makes sense, but there is just not much margin. But that being said, on GU you can get a pretty tight 1-to-1 risk reward, so potentially you could look for the buy above and potentially look for the sell below. I just feel the sell below is a little bit riskier because that 4 hour zone. I know it's a bearish counter wick, but yeah, I still feel it's a little bit risky selling into that level. But right now there's just nothing on it. Either way, it's a mess. GU been that way for the best part of a few weeks now. All right, so let's see. Let's wait on GJ. Is GJ gonna break? I want this to be a masterclass today. Let's smash it, guys. Let's smash it there. Brad, that's it. 25 winners. That's it, man. You guys know where it's at. Vaccinatation, yeah, we're out now, but all good. Quick scalp on gold. Didn't last long. Had no drawdown. Just the way we like it. Perfect price action trading, guys. Absolutely perfect. Whenever you see that, mark my words, as long as it's into clean traffic, as long as it's with your plan, your analysis at a level that you predetermine you want to get involved in the trade. But whenever you see price pop down towards the low on the open of the new candle, or even just break it, if you've got the patience to not jump in at that point there and avoid all that drawdown and wait for it just to pull back up, creates up a wick, tapping into that zone. As soon as you get that tap in, set your sell stop below the low of the entry candle. All the way reject that zone, there's a high probability it's going to continue to the downside. So simple entry I would take every single day of the week. Every single day of the week. So let's put it up there. we'll wait. We'll see what we'll get on GJ. Xpira, hope you're all right. Franco, thank you, appreciate it. Vishal, are you also out of the trade? Yep, I'm out, man. I'm out already. But I secured majority of it by the end of it. So Brad VIP, it's going to be a special VIP offer to the foundation members. So it's probably going to be like 30 USD a month. So it's what, $1 a day. And those people who join the first month will carry that price over for however long they want to be in the group. They won't have to pay. The price will go up after the first month. I've been recording a lot of content. Today I recorded some more educational videos for VIP. Be a lot more going into VIP. There'll be a weekly, at least one weekly 30-minute session where it's just like we put a vote into the group throughout the week, and as far as an educational live stream only for the VIP, and for that particular 30 minutes or whatever, or however long it takes, it could take an hour, I'll just cover that one topic and I'll give you my breakdown of that topic, whether it be an entry or whatever it is, and then I'll encourage you guys to ask questions. So that's one thing I think would be really beneficial with the VIP, plus the NY calls. Obviously there'll be minimum of 2 a week, but possibly 3 or 4 some weeks. Yeah, there'll be a lot more going into it. Sim sessions, I did crank the old sim up before and it was working, so heaps of valuable content with it, and value. I paid a lot more in the past. I think I've mentioned I paid $250 US a month for the best part of 15 months. The old group, I paid more than that as well. I paid 30, I think it was, what was it, £33? Some of you guys will know. £33 a month or something. It's more than $30 a month. And I was still paying all the way through while I was working. Go figure. Anyway, not going to get into that just now, so. Some more silver came today to add to the stack. It's pretty cool stuff. Is anyone checked out? Is anyone interested in that type of thing? Investments, silver, gold, any other investments? Have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one we're going to analyze more often. Yesterday's trade would have worked for TP1. All right, so let's do the breakdown on Bitcoin. Something I want to keep an eye on, because something that I feel we can add to the stream, also add to the members group, because I know quite a lot of people are interested in at least Bitcoin. So looking at the weekly time frame, we have a lower high, low low to the previous. Let's just mark in the high of the current candle. Seeing we are at a strong level of support, if we do bounce off it, let's look to the daily time frame more so to see if we're forming some support on the high time frame, to give us the probability and option, well, the potential for price to pull back up and break the current weekly candles high, to suggest we're going to pull away and bounce off this support 6150 sort of level. So we are still bearish. However, looking at the daily, and really strong level of support that we've tapped into, and bouncing off the previous candle was a bullish candle. So we've got our first catalyst to suggest that potentially we could make a deeper pullback. Now, having said that, we are popping back below some support here to the left hand side. If you were to draw in a zone across, it lines up perfectly. You can even look at the line chart. If you're ever finding it difficult to determine a zone, something wrong with looking at a line chart, just connecting the dots, guys. So from the low there, drag this across. At what point does it tap in the most? I mean, probably just do that. Go back to the candlesticks. See, that's a pretty strong level. So we are back above it. Not only that, we have a high, low, high, high to the previous candle. We're currently pulling back. So similar to the entry we just took on gold to the downside. Seeing we've broken the high, now pulling back to create a lower wick. If we break our own high, there's a high probability that price will continue to the upside. Next destination, we've got this resistance here at 64.50. So that would be definitely a potential zone. Let's have a look on the 4 hour. It lines up perfectly on the 4 hour time frame. So that would be a target. And so the 4 hour structure is technically bearish. However, we have created some pauses, and if we do create a high low on the current pullback and begin to break above the current daily candles high yet again, then I feel there's a high probability it will continue to the upside. So I'm just going to remove this zone, and what I'm going to do is draw in that level, and we know if we're above that level, we're back above that zone to the left hand side, which is a really strong level, and there is a chance we could just create a high low, begin to break above the current daily candle high. At that point there, I feel there's going to be options to buy using daily candle probabilities. It may also flip structure in the M30. We'll have to wait and see in a moment, but buyers above based off the 4 hour. And what we can see in the 4 hour is potentially we're at the moment we're forming a bearish engulfing candle. So you need to wait just over an hour and a half for that confirmation. But if you do have it without it making a move to tap into the target, there could be options to potentially sell it on the next 4 hour candle. Now the M30, what's that telling us? All right, so structure wise, the M30 is bullish. So that's added confluence. So based off the 30-minute structure and based off the fact we have a daily candle closing back bullish, this is what's giving me the confidence to start looking for potential buy options, guys. So for me, the buys above the previous candle's high, above the resistance, just below the previous daily candle's high. As long as we close above, then likely you're going to get involved above the previous daily candle's high either way at that point by the time you enter. Now further options, as long as we actually hold on, is that a high or not? Because it could now actually be bearish. Let me suss this out properly. All right, so we broke structure at this point here, flipped to bullish, and a high low, high at this point. Or we could argue it's just flip back bearish, because this is an equal high. We've not closed above the highest point. We've only closed it above at this point here. We've got to, so once I've determined now this is the highest point of the uptrend, and looking to the left of that, we can see we've got 2 or more consecutive candle pull back in the opposite direction just here. At that point there, price closes below, we flip the structure back bearish. So technically the 30 minutes flip back bearish. All right, but still based off daily candle probabilities, I would look for the potential buy as well. All right, so now we know our bias is still bearish. Approaching a 30-minute support though. So for me on Bitcoin, I want to see price pop down to 61.40. Lines up with, remember, that level we mentioned over here to the left hand side. Big strong level. So as long as we pop back down to it and then I get my signals within price action, I'd be looking to buy it back up. Otherwise, pullbacks, wait for price to reject 62.40, 62.30, 62.20, and look for calcium price action, take a sell option potentially, and then buys above that high. You can pretty much just drag this down. That's why I'd be looking at Bitcoin. Nothing much in between, to be honest. So right now there's not much going on. Buys above. And the sells below. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. That's what I'd be looking at. So we'll keep a bit of an eye on it for sure. But back to GJ and gold. Gold dropping back again. That's all right. It's all good. It happens, guys. Runner gets taken out and it makes another move, but it is what it is. Good start to the stream. All right. Sorry, guys. What have I missed? Conspiro, in your opinion, how long do you think a trader should be profitable and have a track record before considering leaving 9 to 5? I think minimum, because it's a real test. It's a real test of your character, your emotions. I would say a minimum of like a year, man, in all honesty. Because the problem is, as soon as you think you've made it, that's when you tend to have some a setback. It happened to me a few times. Every time I thought, all right, that's it, on top of this, I'm confidently and comfortably do this as a living without needing to worry about going to work another day in my life. Every time it happened, took a step back, had an emotional lapse, and you know, did stupid shit like overtrade, try to chase losses and things like that, which was detrimental to my account, to my psychology, everything. So I would say minimum of about a year, in all honesty, of consistent results, you know, month over month of profits, whether it be even just a small profit. It still shows consistency and discipline. So I would say at least 1 year, man, at least. Chef Wilson, good to see you on stream again. Can I look at EU currently in a sell? Yep, not a problem. EU. So EU was a topic of conversation in the Discord before as well, so I'm glad you mentioned it. And let's take a look at EU. All right. Excuse me. All right, so starting a weekly time frame, and we are still respecting a lot of that previous candle. Previous candle was an inside bar candle. Current candle is an inside bar candle. Not a great deal of volume based off the current weekly candle though. Weak bullish candle. As long as we respect the low of the previous weekly candle, then there's a good chance we will continue to the upside. If we begin to flip and start to pop below the previous weekly candle's low, now there's a high probability we end up coming back down, potentially towards that 106.40. Onto the daily time frame, and what we can see is structure is still technically bearish, and it will remain bearish until we actually, at this rate, close back above 109.2. So it's a long way off before we flip the structure back bullish at this rate, unless we do pop down and create a lower low. So what I mean by confirm a lower low, to do so we need to actually close below the lowest point of this impulse to the downside. So we do close below is 106.677. We've created a lower low on the daily time frame, and then what that would then do is shift our swing point, our last significant lower high, to this point here. We've had 2 or more consecutive candle pull back in the opposite direction, and that would be a closure above that level there. We'll flip the structure back bullish. So we're technically bearish. Previous daily, again, like I mentioned on gold before, previous dailies tapped into target. I mentioned gold, the 4 hours tapped into the target. Doesn't necessarily mean that we can't get a trade, but if that was the 30-minute, that would definitely put me off looking for an entry. Onto the 4 hour time frame, and that is also technically bearish. Yep, still technically bearish. Let's just mark in some levels. You said you're in a sell, so I think you're on the right side of things, which is good. You're approaching some very strong support though. We could just really drag that down. I will probably likely adjust it in the 30-minute, but we are bearish. Nice rejection of that previous candle, creating the current daily candle's high. Onto the 30-minute time frame, and that is also, by the looks of it, bearish. So it's bearish across the board. So yeah, you are definitely on the right side of things. It's just broken a support. So I mean, it's a potential entry. That would have been nice. Very similar to gold. It's broken below a support, closed below a support. It's likely to head back down to the next. Got a bit of consolidation here to the left, which would have been a little bit tricky, and it obviously did bounce off it by the looks of it, but it's since continued to the downside. So for me right now on EU, what I would be looking for is, if you're not in a sell, you're kind of a bit too late to the party, and this zone is just nasty. There's not much you can do to really adjust it, because if you did adjust it, you're just drawing another zone directly below. So let me show you what I mean. You were just to adjust this zone to, for instance, this point here. You're not going to sell it below there, because you run straight into this, and below that point there, you run straight into the next support. So you guys get what I mean. But just for aesthetics, I'll just minimize the zone a little bit. But what I'd be looking for is now pullbacks. So the potential zones we could pull back to is the most recent support we have broken. Look for rejection to sell it. Aside from that, if we pop above it, I'm not going to look to buy it, because we're still technically bearish. As long as we remain below the current daily candle's low, I will look for my sell options. If we begin to break the current daily candle's high, we're not flipping structure technically on the M30. We are flipping the micro trend though. Not only that, the current daily, it's creating a decent lower wick. If it was to continue bearish, it's already creating up a wick. Really has no need to put back up and break its own high yet again. So if it does so, I could use that as added confluence with the clean traffic to the left, and it's highly probable the price will make a deeper pullback up towards the highs in the range, at least potentially to 107.30 roughly, and then potentially up to 107.40. So the buys above that level there would be definitely something I would consider. Otherwise, I'd just be looking for the sell options. Sells below this resistance, sells below the most recent resistance we've also broken. Well, recent support, sorry, that we've broken. And that's pretty much it. I would not be trying to buck the trend right now and buy it. I need to see a catalyst. So yeah, you're looking good, man. My target would be 106.940 roughly. Hopefully that makes sense, man. So gold, well managed, just looking at it now. Nice. Oof. Not a bad catalyst for a buy, mind you. Close back bullish. It's basically bullish engulfing. I would have preferred it back above that support though, but not a bad catalyst. If some of you are in a buy, let me know, because I would not be opposed to it, to be honest. I think it's pretty solid. You guys hear me reference catalysts all the time, catalyst candles. This one was very, very close to that. So catalyst candles are my signals. It's a signal candle. Catalyst candles is what I look for at predetermined levels on the chart. I did a video on that today for the VIP group. So in regards to a catalyst candle, this is pretty much one right there. If it closed a little bit higher up, it would have been engulfing. And that would have definitely been a tick as far as an entry. At a predetermined level, I want to get involved on the charts. It's all good because now this is pulling back. My next option is to wait to see if we respect the most recent resistance we formed on the move to the downside within the current daily candle. So we can go back to the 30-minute. We can see at this point here, it's the most recent resistance formed on the move to the downside. So if we pull back up only to reject that level, then we're likely going to continue to the downside within the current daily candle. Whoop, you guys get the picture. And we could look for further sell options. So the current daily, we can see it's forming strong bearish. What I mentioned before is seeing as lower high, lower low. Really has the need to pull back and break its own high. Really has the need to flip back bullish if it was to continue to the downside. So we look to see on the minor time frames potential levels that we could reject, and this is the next level, 2,318. So this is the next level. I will now be waiting for my catalyst to form. I signal within price action. Love seeing this shit, guys. I love when I see that happen, even if I'm not in it. Back to the chat. Balanced AG Consulting. My plan is to have 6 months worth of trading savings in savings account before I will cut back work. Not there yet, but working on it. Nice one. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. It's a solid plan. I mean, that type of goal is good to set, definitely, because I think I mentioned the other day, or maybe on the live stream yesterday, I don't necessarily believe in setting trading goals as far as returns on profit. Reason being is because that can lead to chasing and things like that. Can lead to emotions getting involved in your trading. Especially, it happened to me. I've mentioned it a few times. I was so close to a 10% week. And I blew it all on the last day of the week, chasing that 10%, chasing that 1.5% I needed. Close out 10% week. So just be careful setting targets as far as percent return. All I say is just to be consistent in your approach, do things correctly, and the rest will follow. Learn to trade with that patience, with probability. Learn to be comfortable in your trades as well. Yeah, look at that. Balance AG. Yep. Hopefully you're in it. Chef Wilson, all good, man. T-Dog, g'day to you. Carl F, fantastic, man. Good work. Good work, brother. Happy to see it. Balance AG consultant. I'm assuming you're in it. Well done. Good work, guys. Really good work. Really good work. I would have considered it had I not been gas banging about EU. But all good. All well and good. We'll see what happens at resistance if we can get involved in a sell. But good work, guys. Xpera 1 year sounds good for me. I'd also need to at least 6 months of living expenses on top of the trading capital, so I won't panic too much. Yeah. Holy Goldie, yep. I mean, I'm always one to believe that to get anywhere, you kind of got to take a risk in life. You got to put yourself out there. I've come from a background of believing, you know, hard work is what gets you places, but I believe, yes, you got to put in the effort, but you also got to work smarter. You also got to sometimes take a risk in life, because if you play it safe, you're just going to be stuck in the same shit cycle over and over again. That's all it does. And I often hear people around me complain about how much they hate work and how tired they are and all that crap. Well, my opinion is, but I don't share it because I don't want to upset people. I feel like saying we'll do something about it. That's what I do. Educate yourself. Learn about finances. And sometimes take a bit of a punt. Take a bit of a risk. As I love that, honestly. The gladiator candle, I've never seen one. That is perfect. Thing of beauty. That's what I love about gold. Even on our first trade, how long did it take, guys? About 2 minutes, maybe. Balanced, AG consultant, never get up. That's it, man. Never. The amount of setbacks I've had, the amount of shit I've had happen. The easiest part is to give up. You can give up at any point. Any point, whenever you want, you can give up. Why give up now? Give up when you're 6 foot under. That's my opinion. You don't have a choice, do you? It's the same with gym. It's the same with everything. It's the killer mentality. You gotta have some killer mentality in you. Went to the gym, felt like shit, in all honesty. Still struggling to sleep because the nose gets congested more so at night than anything else. Thought today I was okay to share the germs because I don't think it's no longer be contagious. It's the arse end of a cold, you know what I mean, where you just blow your nose but you feel fine otherwise. And I pumped through that session. That was a good session today. By the way, guys, actually, I want to put this out there. Any web designers out there? If there is, show your hand. I may have some work for you. Not quite convinced with my own design, to be honest. It's not bad, but it's not great. I think it needs work. So I'm willing to pay for something more professional. So if there is, or if anyone knows any, get them to contact me. Alright, so Bitcoin's going to be for real, guys. We will start trading it. Along the journey, I would probably anticipate in a few months' time, I would probably give it 2-3 more months minimum. But then we're going to look to trade it. Vishal? No worries, man. By all means. Guys, just give me a minute. I gotta go blow my nose. I'll mute for a sec. There we go. Better. Max Walker? Maxie Walker. You're not from Australia, are you? Good old Maxie Walker. One of the great cricket commentators here in Oz. Not sure if he's still about, to be honest. Who was my mentor? Well, I had a few. The one I would credit the most is Matt, DCG, obviously. That's where I've come across from. I used to, so you probably know who Max Walker is then. Did he play cricket for Australia? I think he did. Yeah, anyway, getting back to mentor. Yeah, so yeah, Matthew Todd, I'm open and honest about it. He's a good bloke. I ended up working for him towards the last few years, after probably about 1.5 years under his wing. But having said that, I did already have a pretty good knowledge of training. I've been training for quite a number of years prior to it. Just wanted to try something different, a bit more into the scalping side of things. I have a mentor for that, so I learned a lot from him. But at the same time, I quickly established my own rules and my own characteristics that suit me when it comes to scalping. So yes, I definitely thank him for a lot of knowledge. But I've developed my own training. I've added a lot of different entries now that we never used to have in that group to suit me, to suit my own type of training as well. Another mentor I had was predominantly a crypto trader, and that was when I was paying $250 a month for 15 months. Got absolutely ripped off. But essentially what was Gbpjpy stuff, to be honest. It was, patterns, trend lines and all that stuff, which is all well and good. I mean, if you can make it work, but for me, it was just back and forth. It wasn't going anywhere. I'd have one decent week, a shit week, okay week, not so okay week, fantastic week, an absolute shithouse week. If so, you get the picture. It was just back and forth. But through that, I come across Forex, but that was swing trading. Swing trading was just a little bit, for me, I couldn't hack it. Emotional side swing trading. Going to bed at night with the trade open for weeks, that matter. Being in a bit of profit and then being in some drawdown. It was just not for me. So I come across scalping, and that's is where I'm at now. Yeah, but I don't think Matt's he's not educating anymore. Appreciate it. No worries, man. Thanks for the question. By all means, guys, ask away. Happy to answer. Not gonna bag the guy. He's a good bloke. Just thought it was time for me to move on, do my own thing. He's moved on from I think from training, to be honest. I know he's still involved in training, but I think he's more into the robot these days that he's a part of, so it's fair enough. If I was a guy his age, with having a steady coin coming in, I'd be probably doing the same. So I don't blame him whatsoever. All right, got just under 15 minutes until London Open. Nothing on Bitcoin. Oh, actually, hold on. Let's go back to Bitcoin. All right, so it's not quite tapped into a level. See, this is the tricky part, guys, and this is where a lot of people get caught out, because they'll see this happening and they'll see, right, we've got some support forming. If we begin to break that candle's high, I'm going to look for a buy. But what they've missed is we're still not yet tapped into a potential level of liquidity. There is some clean candles, still some clean space to the left to tap into the support here. There's a high probability we're going to pull back to that level before we bounce back up, if we are to bounce back up. To retest this zone, grab some more liquidity. Also probably the daily. It's below the daily low. Well, daily is at its low just now. But it's a potential level. I would rather price tap into that level then bounce off it before I look for the buy, because we pull up just now, I'd be concerned that all we may do is make a slightly higher high, lower high, a little bit of a pullback, and then just shit the bed and end up heading back down towards the support. So that's why I say it's important to have levels, and you guys see how often these levels that I mark in and set into the group get respected and get tested. So I'd rather wait for it to come back down before I look for any buy. Gold, you guys are killing it. If you guys are still on your gold buy, great work. And GJ's all good. Anyway. As far as other traders that I do admire, there's only one I follow. In all honesty, there's only one that I follow on IG or anything. That's Donvo, because I like it how he keeps it real. I don't know how real. I don't know the bloke, to be honest, but I think he's done really well, because I followed him from when he first started, when he was like me, when he had like 10 people on his stream, 20 people on his stream, when everyone else was watching Roger Banks. And I actually thought this guy makes sense. He's yeah, probably a bit like me. A lot of you probably can't find it hard to understand what I say. I tend to mumble a bit and talk fast. He talks fast too. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to give this guy a go. I think he's all right. Never joined a group of his or anything. I only watched the occasional stream because it's a bit late for me here in Oz. A bit late for you too, Maxi Walker. In NZ, even later. But he's the only one I follow. I do like Lorenzo. I think he's cool. I really think he's a cool character. I occasionally tune into his streams just to see what's going on. I think he's been a bit of a bad spell of late. I think he's down for the month. He could end the month in a negative, but I wish him all the best. I think he's really cool. And I noticed he's just upped his percentage risk per trade. So good luck to him, man. I hope he kills it. I really do. They're probably the only two that I tune into, to be honest. So definitely have a watch if you. I'm sure most of you know those guys. Balanced AG consoling. If this helps others, I got lost with prop firm challenges having to pass within 30-day time frame. Yep, that was a pain in the ass, wasn't it? It forced me to trade over leverage too much. I lost year and a half. Yep. Kept refunding my refining my mistakes, and now much better win rate with longs. Nice one. And that's the thing. I mean, I like the way the challenges are now, because there's no real time constraints. Because for me, that was always the issue why I never wanted to do one, because I'm a really you guys say I'm a really strict trader, really patient trader. Some days I'm going to get a few entries. Some days I'm not going to get, well, it could be 2-3 days in a row where I don't get an entry. I don't want to feel forced to take a trade. So that was one of the things putting me off. But now that most of them, I think pretty much all of them, have lifted that time barrier, it's a lot more appealing. Because to be honest, we had this discussion on the MI call with James and I last night about how if you are, the good thing about these prop firms, you should really be following those rules anyway in your own training, everyday training on a live account, to be honest. Yes, not so much about the consistency rules and that, but as far as the risks, you shouldn't be losing more than 4% of a day. That's a fair whack on the account. 4 to 5% is a fair whack. And a few other things. I think it's good because it helps you get into those good habits of, you know, knowing that you can't overtrade, you can't over leverage. So I feel they have their place, but you have to find the ones that actually pay out. And for me, the only one I've ever seen any evidence of, correct me, you guys can correct me, is FDMO. It's the only one, and they pay out instantly. Been like fully transparent. I've got a account with, yes, it is called Only Funds. It's a mistake of OnlyFans, I think. 300k challenge, it's passed, it's trading, and now they don't want to pay out. So I've sent for a chargeback from the bank. I don't know if I'm going to get cash back. I'm still waiting for a result, but it is what it is. Yeah, still lots to learn. We've always got lots to learn. Always adapting and changing things. Not so much changing things, but adapting and like you said, refining. I always refer to as fine-tuning entries and rules. What was the reason for denying payout? Pretty much everything. They've come up with some stupid parameters about some lifetime maximum drawdown or whatever, so that accumulates any losing trades over the duration of the account. And being a 300k account, you're obviously gonna, when you lose like usually a decent amount. So 8% of the account, which is not, it's never lost 8% of it on even realized losses, but drawdown, it's never been more than 2% drawdown, never. So they come up with some bullshit parameters, a few other things, and it's just absolute basket case of a company. And I read the reviews online after my experience, and everyone said the same thing. In the past few weeks, they changed over ownership as well, and everyone said the same thing. They've just done the dirty on everyone now and not paying out, finding every reason under the sun not to pay out. Carl F, FDMO, the best way to go. Use profits from that to try other firms up. Yeah, I agree. Make money off that, get some payouts, and then maybe try out another prop firm that potentially they could pay out. Who knows? It's very hit and miss. Luckily for me, I actually, if those of you remember my Forex funds, I actually started an account. Like I literally opened an account, was about to pay for it, and I shit you not, a day later they were gone. I thank my lucky stars I didn't pay for it, because I know some guys, they still haven't got their cash back from paying for the challenge. Look at silver. This is AUD though, so let's look at silver against the US dollar. Should look very similar to gold. Yeah, kinda. I wonder if there's enough volume to trade it. Let's do more, guys. Forget silver. Oh, what's going on here? GJ. Some volume coming in. We've got 5 minutes until the open. Could we get an option on GJ? Will this be trade number 2, guys? Let's keep an eye on it. Best, yeah, yeah. Definitely the best. 100% they are the best. After all the shit they copped at the very beginning, they've stood the test of time, and there is proof. I've seen proof of evidence, multiple payouts. I know of a payout that got transferred through to the other end within 8 minutes. That is unreal of a request. NBA 205 to 2005 UK. Good ATU. Any word of Alpha Capital and funding Frontier? Just became funded with them. Alpha Capital, I think some of the guys in the Discord, pretty sure there was one or two who were with them and said they're fine. Funding Frontier, never heard of. Dot, maybe you're the one who was with Alpha Capital, if I'm not mistaken. Good morning to you, Dot, by the way. You've missed the fun early, but we're still looking for trades. We took a nice gold sell at the very beginning of the stream. In the first 20 odd minutes, 30 minutes, got this sell. Now, looking for, well, some going to buys. Buys were great, but I was just analyzing EU at the time. Now looking at potential GJ sells at London Open. Alpha Capital fine, there you go. There you go. Alright, so the focus is GJ, guys, in 3 minutes. Let's wait and see. You're in a buying goal? Nice one. Nice one. Yep, I was also, I would have definitely considered that buy. Definitely. But I was analyzing EU. But that was pretty strong catalyst. That 15-minute closure. But it's all good. Got the sell just prior to it, so options potential on GJ. Now it just depends where we close, but in all likelihood, I'd rather look for a sell as price it pulls away from this zone, so taps into it, pulls away from it, and breaks below the catalyst candle's low. Have we got to tap in the 5 minute? We've got the closure below. It would have been better if we had a candle closing back bullish. Oh, don't make the move now. You bugger, GJ. I like this 15-minute candle as well. Wait and see. Could be a potential limit order. As long as we don't tap into target. If we tap into target here, forget it. There's no limit order. Because then we could just, what we could do is the new candle could open up, create a wick, tag you in. And it may not pull back down again. It may head back up because this candle would have tapped into our target, that being this point here. This candle closes down at this point here. We've tapped into the target. The new candle could just open up, tag us in, and continue up, bouncing off, bring up back at the highs. So unfortunately, GJ's done the dash. It's made the move. All good. So there won't be any sells for GJ, but gold is at a decent level right now. So we have to wait a little bit. We could get some sells on gold. Conspiracy short GU from 126.820 might scale in if London makes a steep top wick. 126. Wow, nice one. Good work, brother. I'm happy to hear it because you know what? You're following your analysis. Irrespective of someone else's opinion, you've gone on based what you think and what you've planned out to take your entry. So for me, the safer entry would have been below 126.7 770. But you've gone in higher up, and that's fantastic. Well done. Yeah, so GJ is gone, guys. Too close to the target right now. Let me just have a look at his level again. Just going to adjust that. By the way, guys, I will be on for MY for YouTube, for Discord, guys. We'll be on for MY today. It was cool yesterday. We all know each other pretty much yesterday, so it was just a cool little session. Talk some trading, talk some crap as well. Conspiro was a risky entry, but a few of my confidences are met, so I went for it. Nice one. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. If you tick the box, I always say you want to at least tick off 3 boxes, and if you can do so, then that would probably be, to me, enough to suggest it's a high probability entry, which would be enough to suggest it's a quality entry. So I would react based off that. All right, so GJ about to tap in, but I'm not seeing this order. I understand it, but you've basically pretty much tapped into the target, so I'm not going to take it just now. I'm just going to wait, but that would be a potential option. Bitcoin, how did that close? Yep, so the deal on Bitcoin. So now what I want to see, very simple, price come down, we've formed a resistance just now, pop back up, start to close above this resistance, and that would be my buy option. So this becomes the entry for the buyers now. So long as we tap into this support, first of all. Very simple. You guys see how clear and simple these rules are. Very easy. Why I choose that is because we're trading the range, and we're just range bound at the moment. This is resistance, this is support. On the move to the downside, I look to see where we've formed any sort of minor pullback. It's not really pullback, but we've formed a pause, form levels of resistance, because these levels are then therefore my potential entry points. If we are to continue bearish, what we should do is, if we do come back down, pull back up, respect that resistance, and maybe head back down to create a lower low, continue with the trend to the downside. However, if we start to pop above that resistance, then we know there's a high probability price will head back up towards the next level of resistance created on the way to the downside, the move to the downside. So this will now become my potential entry buy point on Bitcoin. Very simple. Same with the gold sells at the beginning of the stream. Kept it so simple. Got the result. So buys above so long as price taps into 61.39. Good evening. Good evening, mate. Hope you're well. Spirit gold buys tempting, but yesterday's daily was super bearish. Yeah, for me, the gold buys, you had to have been in it by now. You're a bit too late to the party for the buy option. The next buy option for me is above the current daily high. Well, just above the resistance form below current daily high. Closure below, and then we're likely what we're going to do is retest the current daily candles high and then head up towards 23.24. But as we can see right now, so tapped into the most recent resistance formed on the impulse to the downside. We are so far respecting it. That's why I determined this as a potential entry point to sell it from, but I need to wait for some sort of confirmation. It would be different if prices at the 4-hour level, and like we had on Monday where we took that win at the end of the stream as well. If we had this happening, once again for education, if we're approaching a bit of volume, and then at session open we pop straight up without any lower wick towards a wick to the left hand side, let's say it's that bearish candle, tap into it, only to begin to pull back. We know there's a high probability that what's going to happen, price is going to pull back to create a lower wick. At that point, when you get to break even, you can start to secure. That's exactly what happened on Monday. GJ respecting that level. Anyone take a limit order. Your duty looking good. I'd probably get to break even now. Clark sensation still bearish in gold. Yeah, same. Xpiro, scared to touch GJ because on higher time frame there's nothing on the left since 2008. Yeah, I understand. I know a lot of people are anticipating a pullback, but there is nothing yet to suggest that we're going to make that pullback. So the only thing that would suggest to me that maybe we're going to start to create some sort of pullback is if we have a daily candle closing back strong bearish first of all. In the meantime, if we flip the 30-minute structure bearish as well, you can add that as confluence to suggest that maybe we're going to make that deeper pullback. Then you look to see where the 4-hour will flip. At this rate, it's not going to flip until way lower down. But by using the daily candle probabilities at that point and 30-minute structure, so let's just say this candle closes strong bearish, you're flipping the 30-minute structure bearish as well. New candle creates an upward wick, rejects the zone to the left and may reject, for instance, that level, and it begins to flip, breaks a lot of the previous candle. That's when I start to trust that we're going to make a deeper pullback into the clean traffic below. Until I see something like that, it can still continue to the upside. It does look like it's struggling though right now. Previous daily, weak bullish, current daily, broken a high, approaching low again. It's gold, still below that level. There's nothing yet. All right, so the play on gold now, guys. If this 15-minute candle closes strong bearish in the next 6.5 minutes, you guys know, those of you who follow me on the streams regularly, you will know what I'm going to say next. And if it's to be followed by a weak bullish candle, creating that minor support, still below that resistance, still in a downtrend, then what I would look to do is wait for a new candle to open up, a new M30, create its upper wick as it begins to break low of that support, the minus 15-minute support, and the low of the previous M30 candle. There's my entry. So that is what now I will be waiting for if it eventuates. Steve, Dean, hope you're well, brother. Great to have you on stream as usual. Welcome. You took that GJ sell? Is that what you mean? Yeah, nice one. The only thing that did put me off is the fact that the previous candle made the majority of the move into the target. So don't feel it's that much margin. So that's why I'd be at break even just now. Be no drawdown though on the entry. Absolutely mint entry. The XY is strong, EU and GU melting, so majors are all melting. XY. Oh, it is too. Yeah. So DXY is approaching a resistance though. It's pretty much at the 4-hour resistance. Good old Aussie off the back of the CPI figures. So inflation's on the rise here in Oz. CPI came out as greater than forecast, which does not surprise me one bit. Japanese yen at risk of intervention as traders press bearish bets. Someone's going to get burnt because eventually they will intervene. And we saw what happened a few Mondays ago on that bank holiday. That was nuts. All right, look at that. GJ, there you go. Flipping. Have some decent profits on the table, those who are in GJ. Experience the housing crisis in Melbourne bad compared to other cities. As far as rental properties and all that, I think it's very hard to get a vacant or property to a lease on a property is what I'm trying to say. God. As far as cost wise, it's very expensive. Housing prices are still, as far as I'm aware, going through the roof. Sorry guys, I'll mute up for a second here to see my nose. Better. Alright, so GJ, you're probably got about 6-7 pips on the table. Gold, gonna be a strong closure. It's coming back down towards target though. Bearish engulfing. Hold on, let's watch gold. Bearish engulfing. Could be a cheeky limit order on gold at low of that bullish candle. Just depends how this has to close strong though. Once closed about 7-8 pips below low of that bullish candle, then there could be an option for a cheeky little limit order back at the low of that bullish candle. In anticipation, new 15 minutes going to pull back, grab some more liquidity, go to upper wick, tag you in, and begin to drop below the catalyst candle's low. So let's just watch it. So we want it to close around here. All right, we got the close. What's left? That bullish counter. $23.15.07. Alright, I set a little limit order back above that bullish candle, but I wanted to pull back very quickly now. If it drops much lower, I'm just going to remove it. And then wait for, if that's to be the case, wait for the 30-minute closure. Dropping. All right, GJ would have got you the chocolates by the looks of it. Nice one. So there we go. Pulled a nice W on GJ. I didn't take it, but some of you did, so well done. All right, so I still got limit order in for the time being. Yeah, looks like it's gonna make the move. Yeah, it's gone. Too far-fetched. Yeah, I removed the order. That's all good, guys. All good. I hope some of you are in trades and in profits. GJ would have hit the 10. But it looks like we've literally just tagged into the 10, so it would have been a nice W on GJ. Well done, Steve D. Hope you managed to secure some profits. Secure majority. Went to break even quickly. No drawdown. Off on score run. Nice one. Cheers, bro. Well done. Good work. Good work, my friend. Streams. Main man. First. And still the one and only YouTube member. I appreciate you. Good work, guys. Good work, mate. Well done. Been a solid, bloody solid week. 3-0. One trade each day so far. Asian session win yesterday. Took a gold sell right at the end of the stream on Monday for a win. And right, start the stream today. So the month has been an absolute cracking month, rip snorting month. Been probably one of the best months of the year for me. After the shit start. Just a solid month, and all because I stuck to the plan even after an ordinary start. Didn't change, didn't hesitate, didn't start to get emotional or anxious or anything. Stuck to the plan, and the plan ends up playing out more often than not. All right, Bitcoin's breaking, so it would have been a valid entry for me. All good. All good. So now we know that's breaking a resistance. Yes, there is a good chance it will head back up. Got a little bit of minor resistance at this point here. But right now, so my focus will now be to look for sells from higher up. Simple. That's how my plan shifts. Is data prints, I reassess, and I come up with a new plan and some new rules. Didn't tap into that level. I'm not comfortable taking buy without tapping into it, because too often I've seen it just do this, maybe pop above, only to eventually come back down. Then it makes the move bouncing off that level. So because I'm not comfortable in looking to buy it based off where the price is just now, my next option is to wait for it to simply pull back to the most recent resistance we've formed on within the move to the downside within the current daily candle, and that is now at this level here, 61,932, and that is where I'd be looking for now to see if price reacts to it, rejects it for a potential sell option. Very simple. No FOMO because you're not in this buy. Reassess, and that's the new plan. Really not that difficult. DJ back towards the entry. So I don't have the limit ordering, guys. I removed it. Sketchmas? Yeah, I love it, man. I think it's cool. It's one of the only playlists that doesn't get me any copyright strikes, so I like it. I think it's cool. It's boppy. I enjoy it. This is what trading is, guys. Low is just waiting, chilling, waiting for price to get to your levels, waiting for your signals within price action. What we do most of the time, just sit, chill, talk shit. Tommy John, g'day to you. I just seen you popped up in the Zoom call. Hope you're well, brother.
Morning, Justin. How are we?
All good, mate. All good. How are you? That's the question. Haven't seen you about for a while. How's things?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Sorry, I've been busy doing other things, but yeah, all good.
All good, man. Glad you are. How's the move going? Is it still in the process of happening, or?
Yeah, still in the process. End of the year, I think. So
nice
yeah,
one.
good.
Nice one, brother. Must be pumped. How's the training going?
Oh, mate, I had a shock. It's not a shocker. I'm just gutted that it's going today. I had I was in Xauusd sales. Got stopped at break even like late yesterday, but it looks like it's
yep. And it's since melting.
Yeah. I had 3% on the tape when I got stopped to break even.
Oh no. You're holding it for a longer, wider target, obviously. Yeah. So I used to hate about swing trading, mate. That's why I gave that up. Being a fair chunk up and then waking up and you're back break even or in drawdown. That used to hurt. But in general, otherwise it's all good.
Yeah, still good. I don't know if you remember them. Your USD sales that still got going.
Oh, you still got them going?
Still got them going from the start of the month.
Wow. Let's look at this. Wait. Killing it. Start of the month. So you're literally in from like up here around this point.
My first position is 1.08952.
Wow. That's literally right near the high. That's unreal.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. What's your target?
It's, to be honest, there is no target. It's just going to be a case of close it.
Yeah, travel stop.
Thursday, Friday this week, just to see how this month goes.
Oh, really? Okay. So you're not even Are you trailing stop loss or?
Nope, it literally stops the break even.
Wow. I think you're looking good, man. I mean, how long left? We've got 2 days, two and a half training days a month. That's going to be a pretty nice return. Well done.
Oh, they're like 0.01, 0.02s.
Yeah.
But they're just like runners for the opposition. Let me
Nonetheless. Still,
just a try out.
Still impressive.
Just it's nothing crazy, but it's just good to test it, see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's unreal. That's solid. Really solid. Doesn't matter with lot size and you're scaling in too, so nice one.
Good work.
Yep, that's it. I think you're looking like you're gonna get the chocolates on this one.
That time.
Feel hard done by.
Yeah.
Don't we all at times? Don't we all? It's been good though. Been going really well.
Good, mate.
Yeah, been solid. Just plugging away as per usual. Trading mainly gold.
Nice. You had a W this morning?
Yeah, took this sell. Wait for it actually popped down, just broke the low of that previous candle, the catalyst candle. Popped back up, created its highest upper wick back into the blue zone, and I set the sell stop as just below the low of the entry candle. Made the move without any drawdown. Yeah, nice win, but it's since reverse, so I think gold buys would have been good. Some of the guys got gold buys as well, which would have been a really nice entry as well.
Fake out.
Yep, exactly. But it's the bias is bearish right now, so but this sort of candle leaving a long wick, the downside makes it a little bit tricky. I'm just going to remove this now, and I want to see, is there any margin if the next candle opens up and breaks the low of this candle? Is there any margin to sell it? Yeah, it's hardly going to be worth it though, because you're going to have a much wider stop loss than what your target is. Stop loss is going to be about 36 to 37 pips once you account for spread. Once you account for spread on your entry, it'll be about 15 pip target. Probably not worth it in all honesty. And Bitcoin is something we are looking at more often now. Look at that, guys, what I mentioned before on Bitcoin. How often I see it just break a resistance, but it's not yet tapped into the support where I want it to actually pull back to grab liquidity from. Prior to breaking resistance, people get caught out, they take the trade, get stuck in drawdown, and it shits the bed to eventually come back down to grab that liquidity, and then it's ready to start to bounce back up. So that's a prime example right there and then. Took a paper trade, I think it was yesterday on Bitcoin, which would have hit TP1. So it's all happening, my friend, all happening. Vishal, need 40 likes, that'd be nice. Almost there. Almost there. It's been a bit of a better turnout today, which is encouraging. Vishal, it's a bit risky. Maybe we stay up. But it's, yeah, on gold. It's right at the support. I mean, on the M30, you've got even less margin. Yeah, it's not. There's really no margin to sell it below. Current candle's low. Do you? A little bit of pause action. How's the summer going, Tommy? Getting out and about? Got those pasty white legs on show?
You know it, mate.
Of course.
It's actually...
In the short shorts?
Yeah. Speedos.
That's, not the Speedos, mate. Not the budgie smugglers. Don't want to show too much.
Oh, yes, it's really hot here at the minute.
Oh, is it? No,
Yeah,
James mentioned it was 28 degrees or something yesterday.
Yeah. Where's the weather? It's 19 degrees at 8:30 in the morning, so it's
Oh, I feel for you, mate. That's
yeah, it's
must
probably
be
cold. You've got a
sweating
jumper on.
buckets. I'm freezing, but mind you, it is. It's like 13 degrees here at the moment.
I'm supposed to get 27 degrees here today nights.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's really nice weather. Very envious.
Just get the little pool up, I think.
What's that?
I'll have to get the little pool up, I think. Get the
That's it. Get your feet wet.
yeah, a little splash.
Blow up the baby pool.
Yeah.
Why not, man? I got one for my boy under the carport, so there's no sun, and he loves it. There is a pool though in the actual village. What's that?
Have a little splash on my legs at lunchtime.
Oh, nothing better. And a beer, or a tea, and biscuits,
Oh.
scones. Nothing wrong with scones in. What do you guys call it? What is it? Scones or with
Scones, yeah.
scones? Yeah, yeah, we call it scones with jam and butter. Or you
Yeah.
probably have a cream and jam.
Yeah, cream jam.
Yeah.
Cream. I
See,
think it's too hot for him though.
Too hot for him.
Yeah, because usually have a cup of tea with scones, but it's too hot for a cup of tea.
Too hot, mate. It's 28 degrees, well over 29 degrees. Hardly too hot. Oh well, beer and a scone. Beer and a scone.
Yeah. Treat yourself at lunchtime for you, Justin.
Oh mate, I'm very jealous. I'm not had a beer for 3 months, not had a drop of alcohol.
Really?
Yep, been my best behaviour since I've been back. Saving it all for to be a devil when I'm away again. Nah, what's
I'm
that?
doing a dry October.
You are?
Yeah. I was saying to my missus, I was like, I don't actually think I've had like a sober month since I've been like 18. So I'm gonna try and do like a dry October.
Yep.
Yeah.
Long time between drinks then.
Yeah. November's gonna hit me like a train, I think, when I come back to it.
Oh, probably. Could be a good thing, but could take a while to get back into it again. It's always good to take a bit of a break.
Yeah.
Sound like an alcoholic, like a drink every day or something, but definitely not. Here in Oz, it's usually like maybe once of a week, and it's just a couple of beers because I work too much. Got too much going on. But I mean, over there, the weather's so much better for it. There's nothing wrong with having, you know, a beer with dinner. It's kind of the norm.
Yeah. When the sun's out,
That's it. 100%. Nothing wrong with a nice cold beer.
What are you planning on going back to Thailand soon?
Probably end of August. Towards the midpoint of August. But I will be doing work pretty much all the way through. Obviously the Discord and that. I'll have the VIP up and running as well. So probably won't stream for about a week, maybe week or two, because I'll just won't have access to a setup to do so. The first week or so. But yeah, because I'll enjoy a little bit of time away. I'll have my laptop though. I'll still do some recording and live sessions with the group and that, but just not on stream. And the streams will start again in probably start September.
Oh, nice. Are you there on Christmas, Justin?
Doubtful. I would like to, but doubtful. Why you're going to be around that way, eh?
I think I'm post the movie over Christmas.
Oh, really? interesting. Or if I am, by all means, we'll have to hook up at some point.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds good.
Teach you how to drink.
Finally see you.
Yeah, teach you how to drink and how to eat spicy food, mate. I'll have a wrap for you prepared on the barbie.
That's it. Teach me how to drink. I love it, Justin.
Nah, to be honest, I'll be terrible when I go back. I'll have a couple beers and I'll be ready to sleep. To be honest, because I'm drunk for ages. Some of them are professional drinkers, man. Unbelievable.
Oh yeah. That Thai whiskey. Thai whiskey.
Oh mate, it's disgusting.
Rock shot.
The white stuff is horrible. It's just like, I don't know, like petrol or some shit.
Paint stripper.
It is. It's literally like paint stripper. It smells like it, like metho. I know, methylated spirits. It's basically that. So you imagine what it does to your guts. Yeah, it's horrible stuff. Horrible stuff. I had it once just to try it, and I was gagging. It was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It's kind of like an aniseed taste, but I like Sambuca, but it's nowhere near it. It doesn't. Sambuca is nowhere near as harsh. The white
I can't even
Sambuca.
drink Sambuca. Just makes me feel ill.
Yeah. Oh, I don't mind it. You chew on that little coffee bean at the end of it.
Yeah, see, because it's like an aniseed, like a I just don't like the taste of it.
See, the problem is for most people drink it wrong because you're not supposed to shot it. You're supposed to just put a little bit on your lip, like an aftertaste of whatever you're drinking, like a beer or whatever. And it goes down really well. Like just tastes like a bit of licorice or something.
Yeah.
And you chew on the coffee
Reminds
bean.
me of like all sweets? I see all sweets like the called.
What's the chocolates? Absinthe.
All sorts. Licorice all sorts.
Licorice all sorts, yeah.
Nah, see, I'm not a lover of them. I just don't like the licorice taste.
Oh, okay. As you get older, you may change your taste, mate. I never used to like it, but my taste changed as I've gotten older, in all honesty.
I'm 30 this year, Justin. I thought I'd like them by now.
Yeah, if you're getting to that age, mate, you should start loving olives and cheese and wine and...
See, I love olives, cheese and wine. It's just licorice. Just don't agree with it.
Not yet. Turkish Delight's another one. That's another one that I hated as a kid. I would not go near it. It's like, do you guys have the Cadbury snack chocolate block? Snacks, it's like an all sorts, it's got all different varieties into one block. And Turkish Delight was one of the ones that everyone avoided when you were younger as a kid. No one wanted that piece. Everyone would just leave it. Now it's the opposite. Now it's one of the first chosen as you get older. It's funny how your taste changes. Not that I've had chocolate for ages though, to be honest.
Yeah.
Don't get a, physique like mine, but eating sugar. No, I'm just kidding. Got tickets on myself now. No, honestly, I don't eat sugar though. The only time I have a bit of sugar is with fruit. And if I have a protein bar, that's about it.
Not even you tea or coffee or anything like that?
No, no sugar.
Wow.
No sugar for ages, man. For years and years, not touched it. Not into that refined shit.
Yeah.
Leo, get it to you. What's that?
No, my missus has gone like that, Justin. She's gone like a proper like health mad mode, like
clean food, like.
Yeah, like it's got this in it. It's got these additives in it. It's got like even down to like bread and everything like that. It's got this processed stuff in it. It's got rapeseed oil in it. No, it's getting thrown. Like she's gone.
Oh really? She's that
proper healthy. Yeah, she's gone mad.
That's. She's not around, obviously.
No, yeah, she's gonna work today.
Tell me you'd be sleeping alone tonight.
Be on the couch, mate.
That's it, on the couch with the cat or
saving
dog.
space at your place, Justin.
That's it, mate.
moving
I will. Leo, g'day to you. Carl F. Sangsom is Western Thailand. Sangsom, I quite like it, to be honest. I think it's not a bad drink, but you don't shot it. If you shot it, it tastes like shit. It tastes like ass, but not good if you shot it. Brad, heading to MCG for State of Origin. Am I? No way. I'm not a rugby fan, to be honest, but yeah, to be honest, I don't even follow any of the Aussie sports much at all at the moment. I didn't even know it was on. Is it on tonight? Is it?
Good morning, Justin.
Mr. Phil, g'day to you. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Just waiting. Gold's made some moves. Took a sell. Some took buys. We all took wins. So that's the main thing. How about you?
Yeah, I'm very late to the chats today, so nothing.
Yeah.
Worked late last night, so
Okay.
had to catch some sleep.
That's it, man. If you gotta be fresh to the charts. So if you're tired, there's no point being on the charts, is there? Gotta get those E's in, as they say.
I'm just looking at it now, trying to plot something. Maybe today I might be able to be on GF or NY. So
Nice one.
I think the London moves are all done. So
Yeah.
maybe it's still something in NY.
Yeah. I'll be on fairway.
Yeah, the Aussie CPI dumped GA pretty much. Looking at it now, and I think we'll be getting there might be a possible move if it manages to do a retrace back to maybe 1.901.
Yep. Just a little here.
902 flat, something
That
like
level,
that.
yeah, I agree. Around that whole level
Yeah,
lines up with
it's a
support here
pretty
to the
strong
left.
level if you look at it to the left also.
Yeah, correct.
So
I agree. I think if it pulls back and rejects that level, that's your option to sell it if it pops above it, and then that's probably going to be a level to buy it.
because actually my bias for GA this week was sales.
Yep.
Created. I was looking to sell it back from 191, but the news just dumped it all the way. So there was no you can't anticipate that.
No, that's the thing. You don't know what's going to happen with the news, but that is a big drop, isn't it? Well, news came out a lot worse than, better as far as for the currency, but CPI has risen here in Oz, so not good for the average person. It's good for the currency though.
Yeah,
in some aspects for myself, but bad in others, so is what it is.
Well, that's all I'm looking at. Maybe even EJ looks like it could give some good buy options at the current level where it's consolidating.
EJ,
maybe on the higher time frame it looks a little bit cleaner there, but overall it's not really doing anything. It's just the price action is not really.
Yeah, exactly. 4 hours out of support as well. So if it bounces off,
So
yeah,
that's what I'm looking at. If you look at it, also the Kane probabilities are not really in favor of that. So
yeah,
we need some real good confirmations to think of taking a buy or something at that point.
yeah. Like bullish engulfing. Definitely need at least that. I feel. But are you focused on the 2 hour time frame? Are you right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you probably need to wait for at least the confirmation of support for me. So you got just over an hour to wait. If I was to look at it, I'd probably just wait for a bullish engulfing on the M30 and that'd probably be enough based at the current level. But that's without actually doing the proper top-down analysis, because I think it's bearish in the M30 by the looks of it.
Yeah.
4 hours
It's
bouncing support. Yep.
And I'm just basing it mostly on the fact that it's a strong bullish move, and
Yeah, it is.
on the weekly, it's kind of like it break up both the previous weekly candle and it's just consolidating just after the break. So
Yeah, just above it.
yeah.
Yeah, if it remains above it, then there's a good chance it will continue back up towards the high for sure.
So that's mostly my basis for that buys, looking for that buys.
Yeah, I like it.
And GU for me, I was looking at it. If I was on the chart earlier, maybe I would have got something on there, but also looking at it, it's bouncing off this yesterday's low.
Yeah.
So, but the structure is kind of, has it flipped on the M30? Not really, because it didn't succeed to close below there. So it's a tricky one.
Still bullish technically at the moment in the M30.
Yeah, but I think if it succeeded to break below, then you could be looking for
Sells.
continuous sales on the retracement.
Yeah,
So,
potentially, yeah, on the pullback.
Yeah. You know, one thing I noticed with GU is it really does lack a great deal of continuity when there is no news or something to push it.
Yeah.
So when always it breaks above or breaks out of a zone, it immediately retraces back into the zone before continuing. So
okay, yeah. So that's what you're looking for now. So you're looking for a bit of a pullback and resistance, or are you looking for pullback and then sell it on continuation?
yeah, that's what I'm looking at. But I would like to even just to close just below that current zone,
Flip the
just a
structure.
little. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Give you that confirmation.
Yes. If I will have that, then I would really like to see it retrace back around that level where your mouse is. Then,
Yep.
if you would do the honors, then I think we'll have a very good trade there in the NY session.
Yep. It could be something to look at.
Like that.
Yep, was definitely. I think it could be an option. Like I said, I'll be on. So if you are about, man, make sure to jump on the call.
Okay. Definitely, I will be.
Nice one. Sounds good. So at least that's good, man. See, that's the thing. You should have, like Mr. Phil's guy, he's got his plan set for what he's looking at moving forward today. That's what you need to do when you come to the charts. First and foremost is come up with your plan on your pairs that you trade, mark in the levels that you'd like to get involved, determine what direction you want to get involved, and then just simply wait for price action to get to those levels and wait for it to play out. Simple. That's all you do. So nice one. Right, Bitcoin's still trying to break back up. You know my plan, if it does break up, look for sales from below 61.90, 930. Otherwise tap into 61.390, bounce off it, and it could be buys later on. Gold, just don't have the margin on gold at the moment. Based off 30-15 looks alright, but can't deny this 30-minute support we've got that we're closing in on. There's very little margin below that 15-minute support. So it's given decent options though, gold today. Vishal, cold beer is so good. One day when I visit my cousin in Aussie, would love to share a beer with you and talk trade. It'd be fantastic, my friend. 100%. Let me know. Would I bench press? To be honest, man, I free weight, so I use dumbbells. I don't use barbell. Reason me is because I don't like to have a spotter. I like to train by myself because I find if you've got someone that you train with, you end up talking too much, to be honest, and you wait too long between sets. So I mean, I used to comfortably, and this is not a word of lie, 40 kilo on in each dumbbell, so 80 kilos. Back that was like when I was 30 years old or something. Now I'm comfortably doing on my final set 30 kilos, which is still pretty good. It's not that heavy, but it's still reasonable. I could go heavier, to be honest, but all for trying to put on a little bit of bulk, so we'll probably push it up to around 32.5, maybe 35 max. It's good. Good reply there. Yeah, back on the creatine. Locked up on protein. Like I mentioned, got ridiculous price in protein. I had to snap that up. It works out to be, what was it, about $27 Aussie dollars a kilo. So what's that, about 14 pound a kilo protein powder with no fillers or any crap in it. So got all the amino acids, EAAs, essential amino acids, EAAs, and BCAAs. Grass-fed cattle. That's all good. By the way, Vishal, don't forget to send me at some point your mates, some of your mates' work. As I mentioned before, I'm after a website designer. If anyone knows of one, feel free to send me a DM. Flexibilization, consistency is key even in gym. It definitely is, man. Definitely. It's the same for everything. Look at gold now. Wow, bit of volume. Same for everything in life. Especially when you're trying to instill some good habits into your routine. So the hardest part of gym is getting there. And like I said, today I really not be asked because I've been had a bit of a cold for the last 3-4 days. But I just had to get myself in the car. Eventually, once I was there, I was fine. Absolutely fine. But reading is another thing. I've started to do on the daily, for even if it's just 10-15 minutes. Always something I wanted to get into, but I could just open up a book. After about 5 minutes, I'd be asleep. Put it back down. Could never get into a book, but I'm starting to actually get into it. So I've gotten through a few books in the past month or past 6 weeks or so, which is good. Earlier, compounding good behavior over time and limiting negative behavior is the way to go for almost everything. Exactly right. Absolutely everything. Everything. Whether it be the gym, your diet, training, work. Everything. Money, finances. Assets. I don't know if you guys can sit. There it is. The pure silver for you. Alright, gold bopping back up. So the moves look like they've pretty much happened for the time being, guys. So I reckon I might just analyze, reassess. I'm assuming most of you in this stream right now, on the stream right now, are in the Discord. So I hope to catch you or MI, but let's have a look at anyway what we can come up with moving forward. So looking at gold, well, we're pretty much back at a support just now. kind of consolidating when you're looking at 15-minute with at just above 30-minute support. So it's going to make it difficult to just sell it below into that level, in my opinion. So what I'd probably be waiting for just now is price to pop down, actually make the move down, cut through even the current daily counts low and tap into this 4-hour support. Then look for it to form some structure back at these lows. So potentially look for a buy, but bear in mind it's going to be, any buy is going to be risky because it's going to be against the structure, against the bias at the moment. But if you can correlate it with perhaps maybe the 4-hour, if this 4-hour closes back near this low and the new 4-hour opens up, its lower wick respects the low of the current candle perhaps. But I want to see it tap into this level. It may not do so. But as long as we form some structure, then maybe potentially buy from lower down. Otherwise, let it create the move down, pull back, still that exact same level for a potential sell. We've recently rejected. Most recent resistance formed on the move to the downside within the current daily candle. Aside from that, this is when the buys open up now, I feel. It's more of an option. We do begin to pop above the most recent resistance, and we're likely going to head back up to 23.20 or potentially look for a sell. So as long as you got the margin, that will now open up the potential buys above that level there, in my opinion. Just let me add that. Buys above. Yep, that's what we'll be looking at on gold. I think that's about it. GJ, similar to what I mentioned on Bitcoin before, I want it to now pop down, make the move and tap into the 4-hour support. Bounce off it. Still going to be technically bullish in the M30, still bullish across the board. So as long as, once again, we'll make Xauusd price action, I'll be looking for the buys from around that, above that 202.50 psychological round number as well. As far as the sells, so we're rejecting that level, the most recent support. I don't feel there's any sells at the current level because there's just is no margin to do so. So you can pretty much remove that, and price did come back up only to reject this resistance once again, 202.8. I just played a range and looked to sell from higher up. So that is your range right now, between 202.880, 202.460. You're looking for trades either from support or from resistance, or above the resistance, maybe below support. I feel for below support, it's probably not as clean. You may need to wait for it to create an impulse to cut through some of that mess and pull back to sell it. But we'll see. I'll do the NY update prior to jumping on the Zoom call with you guys later. So that is a wrap up, guys, of what I'll be looking for moving forward. Hope to catch you all on the NY call for the Discord, guys, moving forward. If you could, if you're not done so yet, please make sure to hit the like button on the way out. It's been a good stream, good day, guys. We called nice. Well, we took a nice win on gold to begin. Called a win on GJ on the limit order sell. So well done to those of you who were in those trades, and well done to everyone else who stuck to the rules and had a good session. And that's it. Tommy, hope to catch you later. Phil, that's Phil. Appreciate you as always, and hope to catch you later as well.
See you later.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, gents. YouTube.
Okay, Justin, see you soon, mate.
Cheers, mate. YouTube, take care. Have a good one. Catch you tomorrow, 6:30 AM UK time. Till then, take care, guys.